This has helped train me to curb my makeup shopping because I know that Hey there my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobras Nest. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra, and today's video is going to be 10 tips for a successful no-buy journey. Let's just get right into it. Let's get it, let's go. Woo. I've been doing this for 9 months, so let's get into the video. Alright, so the first thing is I just want to mention that I've been on this no buy for 9 months. I started in October, now it's June. Before that, the year before all of 2020, I did a low buy, so I just bought like my staples. So I bought some mascara and I think like 1 or 2 lipsticks, and that's pretty much it. And because of that, I kind of got some training to be able to do a no buy. And my birthday, I bought 3 items. I bought these luxury items for my birthday, and then after that, I was like, screw this, I'm going on a no buy. So I'm going to be sharing the top 10 tips that I could give to anybody who wants to have a successful makeup no buy, low buy. So yeah, number 1, use a makeup bag. This has helped train me to curb my makeup shopping because I know that I only have this much space, and I know that it might be unrealistic for people with very large collections, and to think that you could get from where you are then to get to here, it will kind of give you a guideline of how much is a realistic amount for a person. I know that we see a lot of beauty gurus out there and they have these massive collections. They got like the shelves full of it, the acrylic drawers and everything, and we think like that's so aspirational, that's what I want. But unless that's your job, and if it is, then totally disregard this. But if that's not your job, as much as we love makeup, and you can love makeup, and you only need a makeup bag for your collection. It has helped a lot because when I go to the store, I'm not inclined to buy makeup because I'm like, that's not going to fit. You already have a foundation, you already have a mascara, you already have enough brushes. Make sure that it fits in a bag. If you buy that, you have to declutter something. And sometimes, you know, I don't want to declutter my makeup, so it makes me a lot more intentional and a lot more meaningful with my makeup. Okay, number 2, unsub from beauty gurus. I did this in the beginning. October, I went through my Instagram and I just cleaned it out. I was following a lot of K-beauty, was like, that was my weak spot. I love me some K-beauty. I'm gonna show you guys my K-beauty that I have here, like Nature Republic, Too Cool for School, and I had to unsubscribe from them. Like it was just getting to a point where I was like, I was making wish lists and I was just screenshotting, wasting my time organizing my makeup pictures in a certain kind of way. And I lived in Asia, so I also did have like easier access to picking up the products that I wanted. So anyway, what I did was I unsubscribed. I think I followed maybe about like 12. I unsubscribed from all of them, and it was hard at first. I was like, I was just twiddling my thumbs. I was like, what am I supposed to do now? But it got easier as I went on, and then I came back to them. I think maybe like at 6 months I came back, so I guess like I was able to follow, and I no longer had that feeling of like, oh my god, she has that lipstick, that's gonna look so aesthetic next to my other lipstick. You know those flat lays where it's like they're all like beautiful like this, or like they do the hand swatches? I had to take a break to stop with the obsession. I couldn't keep watching that stuff. I would see it, and all that would happen was I wanted to buy it too. Take a break, you'll be able to come back with a healthier relationship and thinking, you know what, like it looks cute, it looks pretty on Instagram, on YouTube, but like I don't have to own it. I can admire it as like a beauty connoisseur, but like I don't have to own it or buy it too. Alright, number 3, don't hate pan. I used to hate pan. It was the worst. I project pan for about 4 years because I was also a minimalist, so I was trying to cull down my makeup. But hate panning it's just a thankless job. Don't do it. You should pick out the items that you like. There was a lot of products that I had that I was just like hate panning, where it was like that shade was just so unflattering on, awful. I had like this metallic purple I was trying to pan, and it looked so ugly every time I wore it. Don't do it to yourself. Honestly, just pick out shades that make you feel beautiful and happy, and just honestly use those up, because you know what, honestly, it expires and you're gonna waste your time hate panning and looking like, pardon my language, and for what? To get rid of a shade that you didn't like anyway, that you were just better off decluttering or giving away to somebody else who could actually enjoy that shade. Alright, number 4, use your favorite items and your luxury items first. This was one of the mistakes that I made in the beginning of my minimalism journey, or I guess my makeup rehab. I was saving my specialty items. Like this, I've finished it now, but when I bought it for my birthday, I think it took me 6 months before I finally got around to using it. And the reason that I say this is that these products expire. You're not doing yourself any favors by squirreling it away. By the time you crack open or you finally finish other products and then get to the product that you wanted to use, it had already expired. Product doesn't have the same consistency. It smells funky. Assess your collection. Pick out your favorite items, the items that you want to use. You've already bought it. It's a consumable product. Start using them. Don't squirrel them away. Alright, number 5. Find a balance between drugstore and luxury brands. Okay, so I'm going to show you some drugstore brands. This is drugstore. This is 1028. This is a Taiwanese brand. It's an Asian cosmetic. And I also have Dior, which was gifted to me. And what I want to say is, if if I did my eyes using this and I did my eyes using my own like palette, the colorways are pretty similar color story, some pink, some purple, some browns, right? You don't know what's on your eyes, and they're really good. Like, this drugstore brand is really good, and I'm not gonna lie, like, this is nice, but like, is it worth the 100 something that like my family paid for this? No, it's not. But by that same coin, do I think that these are really good compared to some of the other things that I own? Yeah, maybe. I do think they're a little bit different. So you really do need to play around with finding that balance between like what are your drugstore staples and what are worth paying for, and then also knowing that you don't have to only buy drugstore and you buy an excessive drugstore because you don't let yourself or treat yourself to a certain brand. I really don't feel like it's worth the money. I wouldn't have bought this for myself, I'll be honest. So find the balance of where you can cut and feel like, you know what, like that's not worth the money, get drugstore. In other areas, because you're now being more minimalistic with your makeup collection, you can splurge. If that is something that is a staple for you, go for it. Not everything needs to be drugstore, and by that same side, not everything needs to be luxury. All right, number 5. A lot of these products are made in the same place. Like, I think it's like YSL is also made by L'Oreal, and so the products are more or less the same. So don't get sucked into this, like, you're paying for the packaging, you're paying for the aesthetic, for the dream, like the feeling. You're not necessarily paying for a better brand. So just kind of understand that. Figure out, like, is the product worth it? Am I just paying for an aesthetic? Number 6. Enhance your natural beauty. That since no makeup is coming in, I've become really intimate with the type of products or how I do my look. I do my look every single day, and I've really finessed and enhanced the way that my makeup looks because I'm not creating weird color combinations. Like, I've really narrowed down and figured out what really flatters me. I feel like I look like me every day. I want to make a point about that. Once I started calling down or I stopped buying as much stuff, I no longer was looking at product reviews, and instead I started watching more tutorials on like actually techniques, because no makeup was coming in. I had to finesse my skill rather than finessing my collection. So an example that I can give is my nose. The way that I contour my nose. When I first started YouTube, I had a lot of men tell me I needed a nose job. Like, where do you get the nerve to tell me to get a nose job? And I did feel a little bit insecure. Like, my nose is not a very, like, it's a masculine nose. It's a Roman nose. And so I used to try to contour my nose by putting the highlight tip higher and then like the actual tip putting like the brown. I don't know, you guys are probably, if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about, right? And my nose looks so bad. Like, it looked like my nose looked more hooked. But the way that I do it now is it's a lot lower but a lot more balanced on my face. And I actually contour my nose the way men contour, like models. When I contour a line down here and on my nostril, and I highlight the tip of my nose now, and it's a lot more flattering, and I think that my nose looks a lot better and it suits me a lot better. I have enhanced my natural beauty. I stopped trying to follow trends and by buying more makeup, and instead started spending my time on looking at my own face and then trying to enhance it with the tools that I already had, not as a template to be test driving more makeup. Number 7, it expires. Asian makeup, they do a really good job. You can see the date is on here. They put the manufacturing date and the expiration date. Especially if you've had makeup for a period of time, you know that with time it starts to goop up, it starts to dry, it starts to crack. Makeup is not something, as sad as it is, it's not a luxury that you can pass on to generations. So thinking that you're storing it away and I'm going to pass it on to my kids makes no sense. Like, you don't hoard food and thinking I'm going to pass this on to my kids. You use the product. It's a consumable good. It's a perishable good. So when you understand that, you're going to stop buying as much makeup. That's what I did. I stopped buying as much makeup because I realized, one, I can't finish it as fast as it expires. Like, let me show you guys. I have this one like highlighter that I have since 2018. We're now in 2021 and I only have the one highlighter, and I've been going ham like crazy, and this is how much I've gotten. And can you imagine if I had more highlighters? They would expire. I'm not even done and this thing is expired. So what I'm trying to say is understand that it expires. That's definitely going to curb your addiction to want to buy more, because you're going to think, oh god, I'm going to waste money and it's going to expire on me. Alright, number 8, find a new hobby. When I decided to do my no buy, I had to come to the realization, or I guess come to that crossroad where it's like, okay, there's nothing to look at to want to buy. I have to do other stuff with my time. So when I started my no buy, I definitely upped my YouTube value content. I started doing more research on that, and I stopped. I'm not here saying that like I have a bunch of new hobbies and my life is completely changed. It's not. I definitely did pick up some other small, like 1 or 2 new hobbies, but essentially what I did was I created a more balanced life for myself. I'll be humble and I'll be honest and vulnerable and tell you that makeup was an obsession for me. It was my reason. It was like the funnest thing in my life. I still love makeup and I do still sometimes watch tutorials every now and then, but it's not the main driver or my only source of happiness. During my no buy, I took that opportunity to look at other things that I'd always wanted to do, and so I decided, yeah, can't just let makeup be the center point of my life. Number 9, stop with the wish list. That's something that I had to do, and I'm still a little bit guilty of it, but I definitely curved my wish list down to 1-2 items at most that I'm only gonna purchase on my birthday. I don't have long wish lists. Before, I used to have these embarrassing like long wish lists of like, I need to have this lipstick and I need to have it in this shade. I'll give you a good example of that. These two are the exact same product except for the shade difference. Did I need that? No, because I had done so much research on this is gonna match this, and like this one is gonna look so good here, and this and that. And, like, if I didn't have a wish list, maybe I wouldn't need 2 similar shades. Like when I put it on, like, can you tell which one these cheek creams are? You can't. It's been a really eye-opening seeing that, like, with a no buy, I don't need these massive wish lists because I'm on a no buy. I'm not gonna be buying that much stuff. So what I did in the beginning was I just stopped making wish lists. I deleted all of my wish lists, all of the things with like the prices, the colors, the brands. I stopped, and now I have the one birthday wish list, and I just tell myself, you get 3 items. Be real damn choosy with it. Number 10, addressing the shopping addiction, the underlying issue. There was a lot of underlying issues that I had to face when I no longer had the band-aid of my makeup obsession or my makeup shopping addiction. Couldn't go out and buy stuff and keep myself preoccupied with that, because I think we all know how much time it takes and how occupied you can be. You could spend countless hours scrolling Sephora or online or on your phone or on an app or on Instagram. Like, there's so much content to consume and so many products to review and so much tutorials to watch. But when I stopped it cold turkey after I had gotten used to like less during my like low buy, in the no buy though, there was nothing to buy, there was nothing to look at, and I was like, oh my god, I really had to address like a lot of underlying personal issues. I'm not going to sit here and talk about them because that's not the purpose of this video. The reason that I think that I primarily had a really successful journey was because I addressed the shopping addiction. I was like, why are you doing this? What's the underlying issue? And among the things that I did discover for myself was like, I had an insecurity. Like, I couldn't fathom, like, I want to be beautiful, and I thought makeup would make me more beautiful. So I had to address, what's the big deal with being beautiful? What if you weren't beautiful? Could you live your life like that? Realizing that this was hurting me financially. I don't need to be buying all of this crap. 3, it's a waste of time. Like, there were more valuable things or more meaningful things that I could do with my time. I mean, yes, I could look at some makeup, but that really shouldn't be like countless hours of my life. Like, I will be making a season finale when I hit a full year. But anyway, I hope that these tips help anybody out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!